To the modern mind, the ocean is a place of commerce, travel, or vacation. But to the ancient Greeks, the sea was not a highway, it was a hunting ground, and you were the prey. If you were a sailor in the age of myth, your survival didn't depend on how strong your sword arm was. You couldn't stab a whirlpool. You couldn't intimidate a monster the size of a cliff. Survival was a game of intellect. It was brains over brawn. Today, we are drafting your survival guide. We are navigating the Strait of Messina and the rocky coasts of Italy to face the three deadliest entities in Greek myth: the Sirens, Scylla, and Charybdis. Prepare yourself, we're leaving the shore. Welcome to the Sea of Monsters. In Greek mythology, the ocean governed by the volatile Poseidon was the ultimate manifestation of the unknown. It was chaos incarnate. While heroes like Perseus might slay a beast like Cetus using divine artifacts, like the severed head of Medusa, you are not a demigod. You are a captain. And a captain's job is not glory. It is survival. To understand how to survive, we have to look at the man who wrote the playbook on escaping death: Odysseus. His journey wasn't a series of battles. It was a series of tactical retreats and impossible choices. We are going to break down the specific mechanics of three distinct threats. We will analyze their origins, their attack patterns, and the only known methods to get past them alive. First, we face a threat that doesn't attack your body but your mind. Forget what pop culture told you. The sirens are not beautiful mermaids splashing in the waves. In ancient Greek art, they are chimeras creatures with the bodies of vultures and the heads of women. They are scavengers, and they wait on their rocky island, Anthemassa, surrounded by the rotting timbers and bleached bones of the men who came before you. The threat, the siren's weapon, is psychological. They sing a song that promises knowledge. To Odysseus, they promised the wisdom of the world, the knowledge of everything that happened at Troy and everything that would happen on Earth. They hack your brain's reward system. The urge to go to them isn't just attraction. It is a supernatural compulsion that overrides your survival instinct. If you hear them, you die. You will steer your ship into the reefs, or you will throw yourself into the sea to drown trying to reach them. The survival tactic: total sensory deprivation. This is the brains over brawn approach. You cannot willpower your way through the song. Odysseus survived by following the advice of the sorceress Circe. He took a block of beeswax, cut it into small pieces, kneaded them until soft, and plugged the ears of every single crewman. This creates a chain of command that cannot be broken by magic. But Odysseus wanted to hear the song. If you are arrogant enough to want to experience the forbiddance, you must physically incapacitate yourself. Odysseus had his men tie him upright to the mast with strict orders. No matter how much I beg, scream, or order you to untie me, you must bind me tighter. The lesson: to survive the sirens, you must acknowledge your own weakness. You have to remove your ability to make a mistake. If you can't hear the command to die, you won't obey it. You've survived the mind games. Now you face the physics engine of death. You are entering a narrow strait historically associated with the Strait of Messina between Sicily and Italy. Here, you face the ultimate tactical nightmare: the dilemma. On the starboard side, living high up in a cliffside cave, is Scylla, the monster. Scylla was once a beautiful nymph. According to Ovid, the sorceress Circe poured poison into Scylla's bathwater out of jealousy over the sea god Glaucus. The transformation was horrific. From her waist down, she sprouted a ring of barking dogs. She became a monster with 6 necks, each topped with a grisly head containing 3 rows of shark-like teeth. The attack pattern: Scylla is an ambush predator. She doesn't fight the ship, she fishes from it. As you sail past her cliff, her heads extend with lightning speed. She grabs 1 sailor for each head. That is 6 men, gone in a blink. No negotiation, no defense. She lifts them into her cave to devour them raw. Odysseus armed himself and stood on the deck, thinking he could fight her. But even he realized the futility. You cannot fight an enemy that strikes from the clouds and retreats instantly. So, why would anyone sail near her? Because of what is waiting on the other side of the channel. On the port side sits Charybdis. The monster. Charybdis is often described not just as a monster, but as a living force of nature, a daughter of Poseidon cursed by Zeus to quench her insatiable thirst by drinking the sea itself. She isn't just a whirlpool, she is a bladder. The mechanic: 3 times a day, Charybdis swallows a massive amount of ocean water. Anything caught in that, draft ships, whales, debris, dragged down to the crushing depths. Then, 3 times a day, she vomits it all back up in a violent geyser of destruction. If you are caught in Charybdis when she inhales, the survival rate is 0%. The entire ship is lost. All hands, total annihilation. The impossible choice. This brings us to the most brutal lesson of Greek mythology: survival. The lesser of two evils. To survive the sea of monsters, you have to do math with human lives. If you sail toward Charybdis to avoid the monster and the cliff, you risk the entire expedition. If you sail toward Scylla, you are guaranteed to lose 6 of your best men. Odysseus chose Scylla. He didn't tell his crew. If he had told them, 6 of you are about to be eaten, they would have stopped rowing and drifted into the whirlpool. He kept them focused, drove the ship hard toward the cliff, and paid the blood tax. He watched his friends get lifted into the air, screaming his name, dangling from the mouths of the beast. It was the most traumatic moment of his 20-year voyage, but the ship survived. Survival in Greek mythology isn't about being the strongest thing in the water. There's always something bigger, older, and hungrier than you. To survive the sirens, you need humility, the willingness to bind yourself because you know you are weak. To survive Scylla and Charybdis, you need resolve the stomach to make the calculated sacrifice to prevent total ruin. The ocean of the ancient Greeks was a mirror for the harsh realities of life. Sometimes there is no winning. Sometimes survival just means making it to the next day with the scars to prove it. Now I have a question for you. You are the captain. You are at the helm. Do you steer toward the whirlpool and pray to the gods you catch it at the right moment? Or do you steer toward the cliff and knowingly sacrifice 6 of your crew to save the rest? Let me know your choice in the comments below. If you want to survive more mythological nightmares, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. We have plenty of monsters left to map. Safe sailing.